what else has been in these? The Xbox One S was announced at E3. Initially, it was just 2 TB. That
That
was
is
apparently.
that is something that we have missed, E3.
Yeah, that was kind of a big thing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, the 2 TB edition was limited edition. They didn't tell anyone about this, but now apparently it's a thing. There's a 500 gig and a 1 TB coming out. For the love of God, don't get a 500 gig next gen console. It's ludicrous. You don't want to live like that. I'll just start. I kind of mention the improvements for people who don't know, and then we'll just have a chat about that. So it's had a. This is secret. We're not supposed to know about this, but it has had a 7% power boost. This is ostensibly only to allow it to display 4K Blu-rays. So it needs a little bit more juice. But this also applies for basically any app. So that includes games, and also which is actually quite good. Some games that struggle frame rate rise on Xbox One compared to PS4 are going to be slightly improved. Especially useful if you're maybe just below a 60 frames or 30 frames cap as well. This also brilliant for me. It applies for virtual console games, which is pretty cool. So you can play them slightly better than some of them are already better than the original games, but you're playing 360 games slightly better frame rate. It's also got a vertical stand, which is actually quite a big deal. The power brick is now integrated, which is cool. It's about 40% less volume. It's still quite quiet. It's still more quiet than the PS4, but it's obviously a little bit louder than the Xbox One, which is an enormous fan. So, what do you make of this, man? Is this something that could tempt you, or you're still looking for the cheaper one, right?
Yes, but I could definitely be tempted by this, especially if I could still get the 2 TB one. Now that they've stopped that, that's already kind of thrown me a bit like, nah.
Supposedly they're going to release it it's going to be just limited editions, like they used to do with 360s. Like I think it's going to be a Gears of War one, when they've got like custom kind of paint job and stuff like that sort of thing.
Yeah, but it feels like it's going to be, instead of the 300 quid or however much they would normally charge for the 2 TB one, they'll charge like 400 quid for it, and it's like, oh man.
Possibly.
Just because it's limited edition.
I nearly bought the Halo Reach Xbox 360S back in the day when it was it was sort of all silver, but I never found out what it was, but it was the only one that I ever heard of when it had a custom disc eject noise, and I always wonder about this. But I always guessed it would be like an energy sword coming out, but I never found out in the end.
Oh, I didn't even know anything about that actually.
It would have cost me 300 quid to find out, so I was like, no, it's fine. What? I just, I need to spend it on alcohol. Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm kind of interested partly because I've got a 500 gig one and I'm constantly full up and having to delete stuff.
Yeah.
When you have friggin' 70 gig or whatever it is of Halo 5 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For me, I'm genuinely it's because I'm playing most of my Xbox One games backwards compatible at the minute, to be honest, because, I'm being a bit tight-fisted and Games for Gold is so good. So I like the idea of better frame rates, in that. I mean, Games for Gold's been brilliant recently. They've started putting free DLC in some of the files. They're getting Borderlands 1 had all the DLC. I was going to buy the disc that they gave me the edition for 28 quid because it was cheaper than actually buying the DLC through the shop. But they just included it all, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
for free. Cool. Because you can still buy it. If you put the disc in backwards compatible, you'd have to buy it, which is weird, but whatever.
Yeah.
And Red Dead did the same as well, and it's quite cool. You can use the new Xbox One controller, and you can use the DVR as well, which I have used for the last episode actually, Halo Reach footed. But I guess it's the other bonus for yourself. I mean, you were looking at the price drops have been pretty significant for the last the original DVR type model. So for people such as yourself, you might buy it as well, right? Because it's cheaper price.
Yes. However, I believe that was only for a weekend or so. They dropped it to 200 quid, and it was only for a weekend, and I didn't realise that. I thought it was so I'm like, man.
Because you were abroad, weren't you? I think I remember.
Yeah, I was. I was in the Netherlands, so.
That's kind of harsh.
Yeah.
That kind of because it's normally the prices are pretty static.
I don't know. I'm gonna get one at some point. It's just I'm waiting for that perfect opportunity, I suppose.
Okay.
I might just get one for my birthday or something.
Yay! We're still young
Which
enough
is,
to get away with it.
yeah,
Yay!
which is coming up. Oh no, I mean get it for myself for my birthday.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not young enough to get away with it anymore.
I don't know. I don't know. I might not be this year. Last year I was. Last year
Yeah,
was because this benefit of divorced parents. You know, you can. Oh, mum, will you chip in? Dad, will you chip in? You know, it's like, yeah.
yeah. I suppose
Money
I
equals
could
love,
try
man.
it. I
Remember.
could try it. Maybe I could get someone to chip in something for it. But we'll
Uh,
see. I am quite excited because the current one for Xbox One is WWE 2K16,
oh, sweet.
which I actually really want to play.
Hmm.
So yeah, hopefully I can get one soon and play that.
I've had the issue recently where, like, a couple of games I've played recently, I've been on Games for Gold and I've somehow missed them. Like Dark Souls, again, I missed it, so I've had to buy the
Oh,
disc sort of thing. You know, stuff like that. Kind of annoying.
yeah, that's a bit frustrating.
Yeah.
Do you reckon Nintendo will ever do a Games for Gold kind of thing? No, because they don't really have a
No.
gold service, do they?
No, because Nintendo would prefer to sell you the same virtual console games again and again. Um,
Yes,
yeah,
true.
no, no. I mean, it's a Nintendo tax, right? You never see like physical copies of Nintendo games ever drop in price. There was like, um,
Yeah,
I saw a copy of Mario Kart. I can't remember if it's 7. No, Mario Kart DS, sorry. And it was still like on Amazon. Like a few months ago, I was looking. It was like 30 quid still. I'm like, what? That's an original DS game from like
bloody hell.
2007 or something. It's ludicrous.